been a minute. Over the last few months, I've been doing a lot of work of thinking of personal work. You asked a lot of fair questions that I wanted to take some time to answer. And yo, Big Willie style. What's the Fresh Prince got to say?
Why didn't you apologize to Chris in your acceptance speech?
I did, you will.
I was fogged out by that point. It's all fuzzy. I've reached out to Chris, and the message that came back is that he's not ready to talk.
Yeah, I mean, come on. You slapped the guy in front of not just the people at the Oscars, not just like some weebs on the internet, like the whole world. Like, it's something that you can make jokes about, you can have your fun, but that video content will always last forever. So you have to see it from Chris Rock's view, like why he didn't, want to accept his apology, even though it was like the most grandest mistake of all time. I can totally get it from Chris' perspective. Let's continue on.
And when he will reach out. So I will say to you, Chris, I apologize to you. My behavior was unacceptable, and I'm here whenever you're ready to talk.
You gotta love the way they shoot this video. It just shows how A-list this dude. It's got like the angles, it's got the directors. It feels like there was a teleprompter there, so you gotta appreciate Will, how he leveled up to this. Yeah. Let's continue.
I want to apologize to Chris's mother. I saw an interview that Chris's mother did, and that was one of the things about that moment. I just didn't realize, and I wasn't thinking, but how many people got hurt in that moment. So I want to apologize to Chris's mother. I want to apologize to, we had a great relationship. Tony Rock was my man.
Yeah, there was a time where there was a show called All of Us. I used to watch this back in United Kingdom, Trouble, and Tony Rock, and also I can't remember his name. It was the dude in Dwayne Martin. Those were like the main leads, along with Elise Neal and Lisa Ray McCoy, and Will Smith produced that show. So, what he's saying for sure, like they were boys, and just that impact of it just didn't affect Chris Rock, but the whole family. Let's continue.
This is probably irreparable. I spent the last 3 months replaying and understanding the nuances and the complexities of what happened in that moment. And I'm not gonna try to unpack all of that right now, but I can say to all of you, there is no part of me that thinks that was the right way to behave in that moment. There's no part of me.
All right, I do get it. People have anger issues, people explode, but I feel it takes a lot of time and a lot of tactical thinking to get up off your seat, proceed to walk on the stage, televised to millions and millions across the world, and then slap him. And then again, he goes back and he doesn't even stop there. He's hurling him insults. So, he's saying again, he's not happy about it, but my gosh, it took a lot to do in that kind of, moments of anger. Continue.
There's that thinks that's the optimal way to handle a feeling of disrespect or insults. After Jada rolled her eyes, did she tell you to do something?
So I
No.
wanted to hear.
It's like, I made a choice on my own, from my own experiences, from my history with Chris. Jada had nothing to do with it. I'm sorry, babe. I'm gonna say sorry to my kids and
When you see Will like this again, it hurts me because again, like Will Smith has touched millions of people across the world with Fresh Prince, and then it's like I sound like a broken record. I've said this again, but how he transitioned to not only a decent actor, but a really damn good actor. And when you see him now, it's just sometimes he's a shadow of his former self, which was always like exuberant, so charismatic, and he just seems defeated, and it feels like he's just getting dragged down by that. Well, let's continue.
Kids and my family for the heat that I brought on all of us. To all my fellow nominees, this is a community. It's like I won because you voted for me, and it really breaks my heart to have stolen and tarnished your moment. I can still see Questlove's eyes. It happened on Questlove's award, and it's like I'm sorry really isn't sufficient. What would you say to the people who looked up to you before the slap, or people who expressed that you let them down?
Hear.
So there's two things. One, disappointing people is my central trauma. I hate when I let people down. So it hurts. It hurts me psychologically and emotionally to know I didn't live up to people's image and impression of me. And the work I'm trying to do is I am deeply remorseful, and I'm trying to be remorseful without being ashamed of myself, right? I'm human. And
yeah, he is right. He is human. We all are human. But then there is a point of, if you want to fight for your humanity, you want to fight to have like a calm mindset and not be stressed. You may need to detach of certain influences or certain environments that are bringing it down, i.e. that dreadful woman. Let's continue.
I made a mistake, and I'm trying not to think of myself as a piece of shit.
Too late.
So I would say to those people, I know it was confusing. I know it was shocking. But I promise you, I am deeply devoted and committed to putting light and love and joy into the world. And, if you hang on, I promise we'll be able to be friends again.
Muchísimas gracias, Will. All right, so he said like we can be friends again. Man, I still, and I also said this. I had the original video when, of course, like when he slapped him, slapped Chris Rock, then I reacted to it, and I still carry on the same words. Will should have made the apology in the Oscars. You had the gall to slap him in front of millions. Chris Rock's like youngest daughter was watching that. Seeing like, oh, daddy's on the screen. And he sees Wild Wild West come and like give him like the biggest bitch slap of all time. that for me, that apology, as much as I love Will Smith, and let's not get that twisted, as big as a fan of my of Will Smith I am, is too late, and it's the wrong place, wrong time. Immediately after that, if they had to pause the Oscars, they needed to do something, because I can totally get from what Will was saying. He reached out to Chris Rock, and Chris Rock told him "F you," apologize to me there like a man. You see, like even the post celebrations, Will was dancing to his own music there. So I know how Hollywood this, yeah, they have this whole kind of like apologies, like the press, like the PR team said, this will be a good thing, put it on your YouTube channel and you can reach millions. But I don't think the effect of this, I don't think it's something that people are going to forget for a long time. And as I said, I don't know if this is going to hinder Will Smith or he's going to gain from it, because you have had Hollywood stories before, Mickey Rourke, also like Mel Gibson, Robert Downey Jr., who came back from kind of the ashes and resurrected their career. But then there's some ones like the Free Will I mentioned. They're not attacking other actors. Will Smith did. So he has a lot of heat for this. Again, it's appreciated for finally doing on this, because he felt like he was big for or something. You never were gonna see him, and he's finally here. But it just feels like it's a little too late. I would have loved to see when he finally got to Oscar. He had brought Chris Rock up to the stage. I'm having a bad time now. My woman doesn't respect that of me, and it's reeked into now my professional. So again, what happens to Will Smith? I would love to hear that in the comments. Do you think he should leave this bruja, this witch? Should he maybe just retire from acting? Should he start doing indie films in France? Let me know all about that. And as I said, guys, really appreciate you taking the time at your busy and I mean busy schedule for watching this reaction video. As I said, all my social media links are below. Do me a favor, like, comment, share, and subscribe on this video, and let's get more of those t-shirts out. Hashtag save Will. Divorce that bitch now. Peace, guys. See you in the next video.